What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be looking at how we can clean up a PC that's infected with loads of viruses by using rescue CDs. Now there's numerous different types of rescue CDs, but they're very helpful at removing viruses, especially from a computer that won't boot like we have in front of us here. Sometimes the system will try to boot up and then you'll get crashes, blue screens, all sorts of messages popping up on the screen. Maybe you're getting caught up in a restarting boot loop where it just constantly restarts and it won't boot up to the desktop because of the infections that you have on that system. So we're going to be using a tool from Eset here to remove a lot of this malware from the system. So let me restart the system and boot to that rescue CD and see if we can remove a lot of these viruses from the system. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is boot to my rescue CD. Now whether you want to boot to a DVD disk or you want to boot to a USB flash drive, depending on what you choose, then you will get this actual boot screen here once you've booted to it. Okay, you need to make sure that you make changes in your BIOS to boot to either a USB flash drive or a DVD ROM drive. Okay, so we're going to choose Run Eset Sysrescue here. Now we'll just let this boot up. Okay, so once we get to the desktop of our rescue CD, you'll see this one's created by Eset. You're going to get this license agreement here. So what we're going to do is enable live grid early warning system, and we're also going to enable detection of potentially unwanted applications. This is important because this will remove anything that's on that system that we want to get rid of, i.e. pups and stuff like that. So we're going to click I accept here. Now, as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward user interface here on this live CD. These are free to download and use, and these are essential to removing a lot of infested malware on a system where it becomes unbootable. So you can see here you've got a pretty simple user interface on the side here, on demand scan, which is where you want to go to. But you can see here there's a couple of little questions here what they want you to do, i.e. once the program starts, click on the update. So they want you to go here first and update, and this is very important that you've got the latest updates for this live CD. If you haven't got those, then you're not going to be able to remove all the latest malware. Okay, so it's important to use a very latest CD possible and also update it. Okay, so we're just going to let this update, and once this is updated you'll see the virus signature database has been updated to the latest version. Now this stands a good chance now for finding all the latest malware that's been added to that database and then remove those from the system. So now once you've got that, you've got a couple of areas here. You've got your tools area here. I'm not going to go too much into this. I have made videos on these sort of programs before, but we're going to come straight to where it says on demand scan. Now we're going to do a smart scan here first, and we'll just run this scan, okay, and let this run on the system, and it will check the computer and find any viruses that may be on that system and hopefully remove as much as we can so we can then boot up to the desktop and then run further scans with other software. Okay, so we have a threats found warning message here. The following threats were found during the computer scan and could not be cleaned automatically. Select the desired action to perform with the files. Multiple files can be selected and the action can be set from the right click menu. So basically you can see here on the right click menu, when you right click on your mouse, you've got some actions that you can do here. Select set the action to delete, so you can set the action to delete, and that will then highlight that, as you can see here. Now you can also highlight all of these if you wish. And you can see so far we've got 104 threats here, as you can see, and the scan has now been completed here. So number of infected objects was 108 and number of cleaned objects was 108. So it cleaned all of those objects here. Now you also have the scan log file here, which is very useful for people, technicians that ask you to do these types of tasks. If you're asking for help on a forum, they would normally ask for a log file, and this is what they want to inspect to see all the information here and what sort of infections you've got. And you can see there's a load of infections on this system here. And basically total scanning time 666. That's a bit of a weird number, isn't it? The sign of the devil there, 666. But basically all those objects are now been removed, so we can close this off. Now, as you can see here, this tool has TeamViewer in there, gparted, and other types of functions to it, i.e. you can browse the computer as well by going into the local disk and stuff like that. Pretty useful if you want to manually remove viruses from there. Okay, so we're going to close this off and reboot the system and go to the desktop and see whether we can get back to the desktop. So I'm going to quickly shut down the system and then remove the USB flash drive or the DVD-ROM drive, change the boot order back in the BIOS to boot to the hard drive, and then we should get back to the desktop. So let's start to boot our system up. And there we are back at the desktop. So we can still see we have some stuff on here. We've got some samples here. I'm going to remove that folder and empty out the recycle bin. Now you can see here on the recycle bin there was some either Chinese or Korean or Japanese writing. I'm not sure what that is, but I've got this still running on the system. So what I'm going to do here now is run some scans, and we can run a scan with let me see what we've got here. We've got loads of stuff running here still. So what we're going to do here is run a scan with the Zemana anti-malware. We'll run a smart scan on the system. Okay, so that's a scan now complete. Took 3 minutes and 3 seconds, and as you can see, it's found 20 more threats on the system. System hijack, i.e. task manager, and I should imagine there is no task manager. It's been disabled here, like so. As you can see, it's been grayed out, so that's what that is. And it's found some other bits and pieces. Browser settings, host file has been hijacked, it's been hidden, and a few other bits and pieces here you can see. So we'll just let those get cleaned up and remove those from the system. That's now been completed. We've still got a lot of other stuff on the system. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is we're just going to quickly go to the control panel here and uninstall programs and take a look here. You can see this pop-up popping up here. So I'm just going to uninstall this program. I'm not sure what that is. I can't even read this. So I don't know whether that means uninstall or what. We'll soon find out. That's now gone. So we'll get rid of this as well. And this one. Get rid of that. We'll just remove what we can here that we know we don't want on the system. Anything else here that we're used to seeing, we're going to leave in there. Okay. Now if you accidentally remove stuff that you want to keep, you can always reinstall that. So now we've done that, we're just going to quickly run ADW cleaner. And then we're going to run a scan. Okay, so we can see here now that's the scan complete, and you can see a couple of areas here that need to be removed. And quite a bit of junk in the registry there. So what we're going to do is just quickly check through here. You can see there's something been added to Chrome. So we're going to do cleaning here and click OK, and then reboot our system. And we are back at the desktop. And now we've lost our desktop wallpaper here. Okay, so you've got all your information here from that stuff that's been removed. So we're just going to close this off here. Just go to a normal desktop background. Okay, let's just give Hitman Pro a quick run. Okay, just got rubbish here, as you can see. So we're just going to clean all this off. And I'm just going to quickly activate a free license. Okay, that's now done. Can continue with the cleaning process. So I'm going to quickly reboot our system again. Okay, I'm back at the desktop. Okay, so I'm just going to give TDSS Killer a quick run. Okay, that's in the users. And then Brightech inside here. So it's inside this area here. So we'll just see what we can find, and there's the actual file there. You can see it hidden inside here once we've shown hidden files. So we'll let that remove that. We're going to delete it. So I'm going to quickly reboot again. Okay, so we're going to quickly run this scan again. Okay, no threats found this time, so that's good. That's been removed. So we'll give Malwarebytes a quick run as well. I'll do a quick scan here. Okay, as you can see, that's the scan nearly complete now. It's just doing a final analysis there. But you can see the importance of using different types of software, because they all have different capabilities of detecting different types of malware on the system. So if you just stick to one piece of software, you're going to have the potential of missing a hell of a lot of other stuff on the system. So it's very important that you use many different types of software to detect stuff that the others may have missed. So without discrediting any one particular type of software, it's always best to use a number of different types, as you can see here. So we've got a host file here, potentially unwanted programs and whatnot here. So we're going to quickly remove all of these, make sure they're all selected here, and they are. We've got a backdoor there, as you can see, start page hijack as well. So that's going to remove these from there. You can see the backdoor ZBot here as well. So I'm going to remove all those, and we will need to restart the system now. So I'm going to quickly restart. So there we are, back at the desktop here. So we're just going to quickly click on that there, as you can see. So now we've removed those from the system. I'm just going to quickly check the browser and make sure everything's been removed from the browser. So I'm going to come here and click on, let's see, so I want to quickly click on settings here and have a look at the extensions, and the extensions are now been cleaned up. But you can always come down, if you've had issues there, you can always reset your settings. It's always good to do that. And we're going to quickly reset those just to make sure everything's cleaned up and there's no remnants left behind. And that'll be the same thing for Internet Explorer as well. We'll do each browser. So that's now corrected and that's done. So we can close that off. And it'll be the same thing for Internet Explorer. We just want to make sure that everything is back to the way it should be. So I'm going to go up to Advanced here. And I'm going to reset. Delete all personal settings and reset there. Okay, that's that done. Okay, now that's all done. Pretty much the system is coming back to the way it should be. So what we're going to do here, just going to go up to View here and hide those files again that we had showing, the operating system files. Now again, it's always good to empty your restore points and create a new restore point at this stage. But there's other tools that you can use, obviously, to check the services and stuff like that, and also logs to make sure everything is cleaned. And Filebar Recovery Scanner is a good tool for that. Normally I would use that at the beginning of my malware removal, but there are more advanced methods of removing malware, and we're trying to keep this nice and simple. So let's go ahead and remove the restore points here. So we can come up to restore points, and you can see here we've got system restore here. We can configure this to set up some new restore points here. We can delete all the restore points. So we're going to delete those, and also what we want to do here is create a new one. Just like so. Okay, it's now completed. Now again, this is just a basic guide to show you how you can clean up a system. You see me pull this system back from the brink. It was completely infested with loads of malware and backdoors and Trojans and rootkits and stuff like that, and we've managed to clean this system up. I would still carry on and go further and keep checking until I'm 100% sure that everything is been removed from the system, and I'd add in some other protection as well, like firewall and stuff like that. But generally that's how you can clean up a system don't boot, or if you've got malware on the system that's so bad that the system is having problems. So you can see here it's pretty straightforward by using these methods. Now obviously there is ways of going about tweaking this and changing it. Sometimes you can do things in different methods and different ways depending on the way the system's reacting and the way it's infected. Okay, so it's not a complete patented way of doing a removal process. Every removal process may be different from the other one. Okay, it depends on what sort of infections and the way the system is reacting. Okay, anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. I hope this video helps you out. If it does, then hit the like button, guys, and also hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date when I upload new videos. Now if you've got any video requests or any questions or any problems with your computers, you can always head over to the forums. That's probably the best place to get hold of me, and then you can contact me over there. Okay, so anyway, have a great weekend, and I shall see you again in the next video. Bye for now.